happened with Gretchen Whitmer, where the SS, I mean the FBI, which is really the SS, they're the ones who orchestrated the whole thing, and they were caught. They're going to be caught once again with January 6th. Now, the other thing that's very interesting is that out in Ukraine, the National Guard employees that were captured, they're starting to tell the truth. And they're saying that we had orders to shoot to kill including person employees of the National Guard of Ukraine who surrendered told
No one knows what it's like to be a Kramer, to be hated. They're telling lonely lies. No one knows what it's like to be jaded, to be baited. They're telling lonely lies.
Put up two pictures, one from 2008, one from 2022 with Boris Johnson. And the other one is Harriet Harman, MP. Now, she's walking down the streets of South London in 2008 wearing a stab-proof vest. Now, that's in London. Then we have Boris Johnson. You know, there's a war going on with Putin, bombs, and soldiers all over the place. They're killing the Ukrainians. Well, Prime Minister Boris Johnson, he's wearing a suit and tie in Kiev. How come he doesn't have a flak jacket on? Aren't they worried about Putin? Isn't there a war going on right now? That's very interesting. Then we have Seth Keshel on Telegram showing a picture being taken of Zelensky. He's sitting on steps and there's all these sandbags behind him. And then down below, it shows all the photographers with special lighting taking pictures of him. And Seth Keshel says, I remember when all key leaders throughout history did this in a fight for the survival of their nation. It's all fake. Everything that you're seeing. Putin is not waging war. He's getting rid of the deep state operation. Now, the other thing that's very interesting, and Q Time Network put this on Telegram. It says, French reporter who signed up as a volunteer in Ukraine was shocked to find that Ukrainian forces were unofficially being led by American commanders. Now think about this for a second. Is the deep state using Americans to protect everything that they have? Of course they are. What do you think they did in Afghanistan? Who was protecting the poppy fields? The soldiers. Yes, they were following orders, but this is what the deep state does. See, Ukraine is just not fighting on their own. It's the deep state players that are in there. But the one thing they can't do is bring in the armed forces. They would have done this already. And they haven't because they can't. Now, the other thing that's very interesting is that Russia is continually saying they're destroying all the weapons that are being brought in from the European state and the United States. And Russia says it destroyed S-300 missile systems given to Ukraine by the European state. So this is not working out well for Zelensky. And this is why he's going to the nation saying, yes, send us more weapons, but we actually need troops. We actually need soldiers.
No troops.
Because without that, we don't have a chance. Well, it's already game over for them. Nothing's going to happen. Putin, the Patriots, have the upper hand. And it appears they're up to their old tricks again. Because Pakistan was favorable to the position of China and Russia in the Ukraine conflict and would not take sides with NATO and Western allied leaders. So it seems that they went ahead and they forced this individual out, but there are going on right now. Let's see how this plays out. This is very interesting. Now, the other thing that's very interesting is that we know that Trump, he was meeting with many, many leaders. And I do believe everything that we're witnessing right now, Trump has already made deals probably with North Korea, with Kim Jong-un, with Putin, with Xi, with Modi, and with Iran. And what's very interesting, and this is coming from Patrick Henry on Telegram, there's a Fox News article, and this is April 9, 2022, and it says, Iran's president vows to continue nuclear activities. Then, if you go to post 1108 on April 9th, it says, and this is coming from the Drudge Report, it says, Iran threat to restart nukes. Like clockwork, you have been prepared. So this is very interesting. And look how this matches up. I do believe that Trump already made a deal with Iran. This is why the administration cannot make any type of deal with Iran because they haven't yet, even though in the basement saying, listen, we'll do the same thing. We'll send you money. We'll do whatever. It's not working. And I do believe that Trump and the Patriots, they have already put things into motion. They already have the leverage. And we can see that the people, as time goes on, they're learning. Remember, people forgot how to play the game. And with everything that is happening, everything that's happening in this country, around the world, people seeing it, feeling it, experiencing it, the people are learning how to play the game again. Because the people forgot that they were in control. The people forgot that we have all the leverage over the federal government. The people forgot all of this. But you can see that they are not going to stop. And when I say they, I'm talking about the deep state players. They're not going to stop. If everyone thinks like, oh, okay, we have the leverage and they're just going to give up. No. When you catch a wild animal and they're in the corner, do they just lay down and you can just go up and pet them? No. They fight back. They scratch. They bite. They try to escape. They do whatever they possibly can to get out of that situation. And that's what we're seeing right now. We have to remember the chessboard. Right now, the deep state players, they already know it's checkmate. The rest of the moves are being played out right now. And they're going to do whatever they possibly can to try to mess up the Patriots. So this way, they can't make that final move. And this is why they're going to throw everything they have at the people. Remember, their main objective, and I'm talking about the deep state players, is to scare the people, keep them in fear, because this way they can get the people to do what they want. But I do believe that the people are learning and understanding how they play the game. And this fear tactic, I don't think it's working the way they always, or the way they think it's going to work. And yes, they're going to take this up a couple of notches. Remember, Trump, the Patriots, they're removing their ammunition around the world.
It's not their ammunition to be moving. We got a serious problem in America. I can guarantee you that much. People think it's a joke, but it's real. These people, that's why I say we keep letting these people in. We keep letting them into the White House, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. These people are cutting deals, and they don't even have the power to cut the deals. They ain't even sitting presidents. This is all I could see out of this is probably war coming in America, possibly. It's unreal. It really is.
No one knows what it's like to be a Kramer. To be a Kramer. Behind guitars. No one knows what it's like to be faded. To be jaded. Telling lonely lies. But my dreams.
Wait a minute, I got someone in chat. Hold on a minute. Let me take this down so I can see who it is. Dave, hey, Johnny, thanks for coming by tonight. Oh, yeah, Dave, no problem. Great show. Great show. You can stop the run of the T-shirts if you want. You know, I was on another channel, happened to be a ladies' channel, and I guess you can't sell stuff unless you have your own merchandise or whatever. But you can't sell stuff on YouTube unless you have over 1,000 subs or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not, Dave. But if I make my own stuff, I guess I can sell that on YouTube and just have them get a hold of me through an email. I didn't know that. I had no idea about that. I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know. I got to check into that. I'm not sure. But are you hearing the stuff they're talking about? How with the politics, how bad it is, how deep this goes with uh this is unbelievable. It's no wonder this country is in predicament it's in. It's unreal. It's sad. I'll tell you that much. We might have to travel out of this country if war breaks out to another country. That's why I'm keeping it cool with Canada. I love you, Canada. Thank God I subbed to some Canadian people up there. Look, maybe we can get Second City going again up there. I don't know. This is unreal. Americans might be refugees. America might be refugees soon. I want to go up to Canada, Dave, because I want to hang out at El Studio, where Rush made 2112 and everything. That's up in Canada. Plus Neil Young and everybody's up there. I heard Bob Dylan's going up there, Dave. Right there. Dave's a big Bob Dylan fan. Dave, why are you going to go to Mexico? They don't even have running water. I'm going up to Canada if this goes down. They already said we'll take you up here. Plus, I watch a lot of car guys that are up in Canada, dudes that build hot rods and stuff. Running water is the Indian chief in Mexico. Yeah. Even my brother, the Native Americans, are doing dances and more dances. I'm like, yes, bring in the Indian beat, boom, 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 boom. Hey, yeah. So I don't know. This is unbelievable. You know what we should do as American citizens? Shut down the White House and say no vacancy here. The citizens will run it. And we've proven that this country can run without a sitting president. It's all set up to run without a sitting president, meaning IRS will still collect checks and Social Security and everything will run just the way it is, but there just won't be a sitting president. The government shut down for 3 months before. So until we can get this straightened out, I'd shut the door on it. Sorry. Not when these guys are so corrupt. I mean, they got proof now. Biden was getting $5 million from here, $5 million from this country, $5 million from this country, $5 million from, how long did this go on? You have to remember, Joe was a congressman or a senator for a long time. Excuse me. How long do we have to put up with this stuff? They can't even cut us a check, but they want us to send Stinger missiles and all kinds of stuff out to Ukraine. And now they're coming out and saying, well, see, Ukraine is being protected by the UK and Russia is being protected by Germany. They're calling them Nazis now. Jeez, unreal. I'd shut the doors, turn it into a museum. We don't need it anyways. We really, this government can run without a sitting president. It could run without we just have to vote on everything. The people will vote on everything. But then again, that's what got us into the trouble in the first place, because even the voting polls are corrupt, they're saying. Now they're saying that next election, by 2024, that there's going to be a problem over the internet, and the internet is going to shut down. And why the internet shuts down there's these things that are going to happen. And they're trying to create mass chaos to cover up what's going on. So, like I said, I got nothing against Mr. Trump or any of these people, but these people are too. That's treason. You can't be trying to overthrow a government when we complain. They're trying to overthrow our own government, Democrats and Republicans. And what do? We complain about other countries that are being overthrown. Here comes to find out America's got their hands in most of it, and it's no wonder. Trump ain't going to be, from what I just watched on XX22 Report EP, he's already cutting deals with other countries, and he ain't even a sitting president. I think war is coming to America. I really do. From what Intel is telling me, massive war is coming to America. No way. There's no way around it. There's just no way around it, folks. Sorry. That's what I'm seeing, unless something dramatically changes. But that's what I'm seeing. It's a struggle. It's a power struggle between the Democrats, Republicans, and they're sucking us right into a war. Or, from what some of these guys are saying, is going to the other countries will come together and say America's no good, and join together, and all of them over there. I guess from what they're saying on X22 is Trump's trying to cut deals with North Korea and Kim Jong-un and he ain't even sitting president. So that's a no-no. This is huge. It's huge. Probably going to be a free-for-all this summer. Probably in the streets. No, this is a channel that does everything, Dave. I'm a one-man show here. But I'm a one-man show. Don't you know? I wish I had. Cause I'm a one-man show. Run the whole show, but not for free. Cause if they put me in there, I'm gonna have to charge them $450,000 a year, yeah. And I'll donate $50,000 a year to charity. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to sing you folks down as the ship is sinking, just like on Titanic. Well, which was ran by White Star, which was Germany. Well, goodbye, sunshine. Hello, rain. I'm gonna sing us out when the ship goes down. Grab your wine and chairs and pull up and take a load off as the world shifts. So, anyways, yeah, I gotta find out what's going on with YouTube. I didn't know. I thought you had to have over 1,000. You had to have 1,000 subs to sell merchandise. But I see people that don't have 1,000 subs and they're selling their own merch, like their own T-shirts. Here, email me here, and I'll send you a T-shirt or whatever. So I don't know. I'll have to check. I'll have to see him. Maybe Bendejo knows. He knows everything. Him and his sister and his goons. I'm sorry to hear about some of your goons, Bendejo, but they didn't make it. What do you mean, Dave? Interrogate. I can interrogate. Where were you on February 13th, 2017? Matter of fact, 1968. Where were you? Were you in California? Did you wear a black hood? Are you the Zodiac Killer? Under my videos, you can tube advertise. Yeah, your stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't know. I guess you don't need. I don't know. I'm gonna check into it. And see. Because there's a little lady that I sub to that I've been chatting with, and she's like, you can send me shirts, and I could do whatever I do to them, and then send it back to you or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. She does a whole bunch of tie-dye stuff and all kinds of stuff. She buys concert shirts and then tie-dyes them, and they look pretty cool. You know, like the 60 tie-dye Bob Dylan stuff, Dave. I'm joking. Dave, did you ever hear of these? More pedals. You know, not bad for the price and the stuff they have in them. For this little tiny pedal, I'm shocked at the drum beat machine inside of it, the patterns, you could change it, the timing and everything, plus the effects. And it's got like 3 effects for acoustic guitars. And I don't know. I wish they'd come out with a pedal that just says sound good, acoustic guitar, and you hit the button and it sounds great. And then a setting for electric guitar, and it says sounds good, and you hit that button, and you ain't got to go through all the preamps, the cabinets, all the settings and everything. You know, here, you want to sound like Jim Croce, hit this setting. You know, Jim Croce, which they already have that, but you got to go through all kinds of menus and all kinds of stuff to set everything just right. You know, I don't know. Here I'm talking. You got a few more pedals. Are you kidding me? Really? These are the new ones they came out with. I think the more GE 150, the more G 200, and then the 300. But I didn't know they had separate individual pedals. Yeah, they sound pretty good. You know, for the price, not bad. I just don't like going through all the crap and having to set it yourself. You know, that's why dudes have guitar techs that go in, and sound guys that go in and just set everything to where it should be. They got a good slapback delay. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah, so I'll have to check and see what I can do or what I can't do. I guess there'd be no law, would there? Being that if I bought my own T-shirts and had them done by somebody and sold them, I mean, do you have to? I don't know. I mean, I guess you can do it on Facebook. There ain't. I don't think there's any laws for Facebook. They sell all kinds of crap on Facebook, but on YouTube, I'm not sure. I'll have to check and see. And you know what? A lot of people were saying. A lot of people got the Kramer history wrong with the guitars. That big block letter Kramer guitars didn't come out until the 1980 something, I believe it was. Before then, it was JK uh, models for Kramer guitars, and a couple people were saying that. Well, they always had that logo. No, they didn't. When they first came out, it was JK and some other letter fancy stuff they had on there. They're rare models. Them are like the ones that first came out. And then they switched from that to the big block Kramer logo that went on an angle to the point of the guitar. So there's a lot of people that think that Gary Kramer ran the whole show from the beginning to the end, but he didn't. He mainly came up with the aluminum neck. That was the big thing. You know, that was his big input on that. And them guitars are outrageous money right now. I seen one on Guitar Center. It was like $5,000. It was like $5,000 for it. I was like, holy cow. And everybody says it's a great guitar. It is, but it's very neck heavy. It's not balanced at all. Meaning when you got a strap on, the neck, the headstock will fall to the floor. But other than that, I've heard good things about it. And I know Dave ain't gonna listen about this, but the sustain on them aluminum neck guitars did sound good, man. And I think Gary got that from Les Paul, because I remember seeing a thing about Les Paul, and he said if he can walk around with a railroad piece of iron, you know, the rails on the railroad, if he could walk around with one of them with a string on it, he said the sustain was phenomenal on it. That's how he first started doing it, was with a steel rail from a train. Yeah. Now I know Dave says bull crap. You can't tell the difference. I don't know. From the things I've seen on YouTube about it, about Gibson Les Paul, the studies he did on it, he said the steel was, the sustain on it and the tone was so clear, so good. But who's going to carry around a 50-pound guitar, he said, so he had to change it. Yeah, Gary's the one that brought in the aluminum neck. But I think Gary was already making his own guitars with aluminum necks, and then Kramer started putting them on their guitars. So yeah, he was good at the aluminum was a good idea, and it wasn't acceptable to weather. It didn't react to weather, you know. Did he? Because I could have swore I seen some of them guitars that Gary did before it was with Kramer. I think you have one, don't you, Dave? I think so. I think Dave's got one. Or no, Dave's got a prototype, I think, of a Kramer. I know Dave showed me a prototype Stratocaster that Gary Kramer was working on. You have the prototype Gary Kramer, which was made in 2000. I think he's still alive. I've seen a video. On way, he might have passed away. Could have swore I seen a video. He lives out there in California. Got a giant, huge home with Eddie Van Halen guitars in it and Kramer necks and giant guitars behind the bar and all over the place. He should turn that place into a museum. Dave, you ever see that video on his house? Oh, it's beautiful. I think the number one selling guitar right now is Kramer Beretta Special and the Jackson Dinky, I think. It's a shootout between them two. You used to chill with him, huh? So, Dave, I've been doing curls and triceps and using them as boxing. You get these 10, 20-pound weights and using them for straight out punches. And now I got to go ahead and go to the hospital. I just pulled my groin. I think Gary passed away. I think in the video I've seen that he passed away. God rest his soul. I seen the video of his house, and it was beautiful. Oh yeah, Dave, thanks for stopping in. No, Gary is alive and well. I'm not sure who the video. I thought he passed away, but maybe one of his family members did. You should have him on. You should have him on. You should message him. He's out of it. He don't have nothing to do with Kramer anymore. I think he's got his own thing. From last time I was told, Gibson took over the show, and what's selling pretty good, the Kramer Dave Mustaine, which is a lot cheaper than the Gibson. But no, he is a good guy. Yeah, Dave. talk to you later, and have a good sleep. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, the Dave Mustaine Flying V that Kramer made is doing a lot better than the Gibson. The Gibson, they're all, hey, that new $60,000 Gibson just came out. 60 grand. Them can't be selling good. Come on, guys. I mean, we could blow Gibson out of the water if we wanted to. I love Gibson. Don't get me wrong. I've had a couple Gibsons myself. I love Gibson, but they are a high dollar guitar. In the world we live in today, high dollar ain't selling too good. They're not pushing too many Gibsons out the doors, not even $2,500 Gibsons. A lot of people are buying used right now. That's the big thing. When I talk to Guitar Center, I was asking them, what are you pushing a lot of the new stuff? No, our main business is the internet used. That we're pumping a lot of used stuff out. Well, I don't know. That's just, and it makes sense with the times we're living in, inflation and everything. Who's got 60 grand laying around unless you're loaded to buy a 60 grand Gibson? I wish I had 60 grand to buy a Gibson, but I don't. And a lot of people don't. And I just don't want to, you know how I am. I'll get on the phone with Gibson and say, hey, why don't you pump out a $300 guitar that says Gibson on it? You know, you're going to be in the ballpark then. A Gibson $199 guitar. They don't. You know, they're some say they got too big for their pockets and mind. Yeah, and I'm starting to think they're right. What's selling now? Well, these cheap guitars. I just watched a guy today that said, he bought a Gibson, or he bought a Kramer Beretta Special, and he's like, yeah, are these dang things as good as they say? I paid $179 after taxes, $199 out the door. And he did this big video. Is this a bunch of bull crap that Kramer's putting out? And he plugged it in. He was like, holy shit. After he got done playing it, there's a great guitar, maple neck. Sounded great. And the dude was shocked. For $179 or $199, you just can't beat the price. And I was watching Steve from Boston the other day. He bought one. Son of a gun, he figured out how to mod it. He cut off the transistor off the volume and made a couple adjustments on the tremolo system. And sure crap, he had that thing just screaming. He's like, this thing is great. You can't beat it. It's a name. It's a name. It's a product. It used to be a name. It was the name that sold it. And that was way before Gary came along. Yeah. So it was a good guitar that was cheap. If Gibson can do it, I'd buy a Gibson tomorrow. If Gibson could come out with $199 guitar, I'd buy it tomorrow. But I don't think they can. It'd be a miracle if they did. they'd be in the ballpark, especially with times like these. You know, and from what I hear on the internet and from like Japan, and you can get a Gibson in Japan uh, cheaper than what you can in America. You know, it's just, could they blow them out of the water? Yeah, because people right now are looking for uh, more guitar, you know, for less money. And I like watching these guys buy these 179 Kramer Beretta specials and modding them, buying a cheap $100 Floyd Rose and a locking tremolo system and putting them on there. And then they're like, this is unreal. You know, it's a great guitar. No, I don't know. No. But I don't work for them anymore. I don't ever work for them. I have nothing to do with it. And I'm out of it. No, I didn't. I probably got people trespassing on me. I did have some soda. Who knows? Only the good Lord knows. But I have been meeting a lot of nice ladies on YouTube. Very kind, nice ladies. Can anyone tell me what is going on? Why are people getting rid of all their mods on their channels? What is going on? Is it something I don't know? Can you fill me in? Somebody. I got half a brain. I mean, I'm dumb, but I ain't that dumb. Why are all these people dumping their mods? What is going? I have no idea. I don't know. You know, and they're big channels. Me, I could dump all my mods and not have a problem because I'm a small channel. At least I think I am. I don't know. From what Intel says, I don't know how many times they probably hacked into my account. I used to have a lot of views and a lot of stuff. But it seems like ever since my computer got hacked, my numbers was off. And I wrote down before my computer was hacked, I was writing down on a piece of paper all the videos I put out and how many views I had. And then my computer got hacked, and it seems like my numbers are kind of off. I don't know if that's possible. I've been told it is possible, but I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure. I'm learning as I go, winging it. Just winging it. It's only 1:45. But it does make sense that these cheaper guitars are selling pretty cheap. Yeah. Hey, what can you do? People ain't got 60 grand to blow right now. It's so, people really don't know how serious this is with the predicament that we're in. All the tubes have gone up. Well, people didn't realize a lot of tubes and stuff come from Russia. A lot of transistors, capacitors, and all kinds of stuff come from Russia. So this really, I've been all over the YouTube watching these guitar channels talk, and it's just unreal. Well, how much did it really affect America? It's called the fleecing of America right now. That's what they're calling it. They're stone cold ripping everybody off. Yeah. Stone cold ripping everybody off. So everybody's dumping their mods. Why? I don't know. One lady's going to fill me in on it, send me an email, and let me know what's the deal is. I have no idea. I'm just like, hey, I've only been on YouTube for 10, 12 years, 10 years or whatever. And that's another thing. I looked on my video, on my manage my videos, and it said one of my videos has only been on there for 8 years or something like that. But on the piece of paper I got, and on the inside my Logitech where I recorded the song and then uploaded it, it was longer than what the video said it was. So I don't know. Maybe the hacker or whoever that I downloaded that free plugin from that corrupted my computer. Maybe they did hack in again or something. All I got is that free antivirus. It don't have hacker protection or any of that crap. Some dudes were saying I should change my account password and everything. And this is what I'm talking about, how we need to change internet and the way it runs. And it needs to be hack proof, where there's no way anyone can manipulate it. No one could get in. I've heard people say they got into the YouTube internet thing or whatever. And it's just a computer. Nobody, you know how many people they would need to watch YouTube to go through it's a computer generated thing that runs it. Oh, just cracked the old back. Wouldn't it happen to be, I just washed my car yesterday and it rained today. Yeah, jeez. We got rain, sun. This whole week is one day it rains, next day it's sunny, one day it rains, next day it's sunny. I can tell you what, I am surprised at this Epiphone Masterbuilt DR400 plugged in. It sounded beautiful going through this Yamaha. I was like, oh, it sounds great. And it's only got 10 gauge strings on it. I should put 11s on it. I should be using 11s. I know that. But I've been watching all these YouTube channels and all these people saying you can get a thick, full tone, excuse me, out of light gauge strings, out of nines. Listen to Billy Gibbons. Yeah, well, Billy Gibbons has got 20 Marshalls behind him, and who knows what else. You know, how's old Billy doing? We haven't seen him for a while. Nah, we'll have to. I think he's still on tour, ain't he? I think they are. Robin Trower. I'm a big fan of Robin Trower. I did cover one of his songs, but I didn't play it all the way through because they would strike me. You know, I'm trying to figure out how Dave gets away with playing Eagles in Supertramp without getting struck. I put my Supertramp video up and it took off. Within a couple days, I had a lot of views. And they struck me and told me I had to take it down. And then I researched it, and they said Supertramp is one of the Supertramp and the Eagles are one of the biggest bands to strike people for copyrights and stuff on YouTube. And sure crap, they hit me. I had like 3 or 4 Eagles songs out, and they struck them and blocked them in certain countries and would only let them play in certain countries. Why? I don't know. But my Supertramp, like I said, I put that out within a couple days, I had big views on it, like 100 and something, 200 and something views on it. And they struck me and said, you got to take it down. You know, I wonder if some of these people, if they didn't hack into the system and these people don't even own the copyrights to it and they're just striking, it could be the biggest ripoff ever. That's why I'm a lot like Gene Simmons. I watch for people trying to run my name into the ground. And I watched Gene Simmons for a long time talk about business. You know, I got guys of Gene Simmons from Kiss. I got people watching YouTube just in case they're doing stuff, you know, using the Kiss name or trying to run the Kiss name into the ground or whatever. You learn from these dudes watching them and everything. Hey, they're millionaires. They must be doing something right. It's my name, you know. It's my last name. People just can't do whatever they want with the Kramer name. It don't work that way. Unless you're Dave Levine. Then you can do whatever you want. No, Bendo, I didn't take a look at that Robin Trower list. That's on some other guy's channel, I think. I thought you were talking. Dave did a thing on a lesson on the Robin Trower. I did do some of his Bridge of Sigh on my Gibson. Matter of fact, I think that video is still on my YouTube. It was one of the first videos I put out, I think, with my Gibson Studio. That was a beautiful guitar, too. That was a beautiful guitar. A real Gibson Studio. La, 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 la. Kiss is on their 30th anniversary farewell tour. Yeah, they won't have. There'll be There's rumors going around. They're building animated robots that can go on tour forever. the year 35, they'll still be on tour. So, I mean, it's just a rumor. We're not sure yet, but I think Japan loves Kiss. I think they're working on Kiss animated robots to go on tour. Yeah. Well, what can you do? I'm still waiting for my robot wife from Japan. Hopefully I get her soon. Doobie wop doo, Billy Bob doo, skilly bop diddy boo. A sim sham, scammy wham, don't slash jag me. Kiss should quit about the same time their hair follicles quit. I doubt it. If they have to, they'll get up there and lip sync. If they have to. I see Def Leppard got bad, not too good of reviews on their new record. Same thing with Motley Crue. What's up with them? I don't know. Mick Mars or whatever his name is. He don't look good. Neither does what's his name? Vince Neil or whatever. Yeah. Not good. You know, how do these guys keep going? I mean, they got enough money. They don't have to tour no more. You know? I mean, it's just, where does the money, where does their money go? I have no idea. It's none of my business, but good God, how much money do these people need? I don't know. Maybe they're obligated. They got no choice. They have to put out a record. They might be part of their contract, you know? I think we're done touring. We're 75. Nope. Read the fine print on the contract. You're good until you're 90. Get out there. Make us another record.
Somewhere in the distance, I hear the bells ring. Nanny's over there. People.
I forget that song. I don't know what's going on with this world politics and everything. I mean, Trump didn't do a bad job when he was in there, but they were investigating Trump for things. It's no matter, we got to get away from these people that they're already being investigated. You know, why would we want them in our White House? It don't make sense to me. It's a racket. I think Eddie Van Halen was right when he said it's a racket. Sure is. I'm glad I got out when I did. I'm glad I got out, Mr. Van Halen, when I did. You can investigate me all you want. They've been doing it their whole lives, and the prosecutor, we got nothing. We spent millions because these idiots lied, and we got nothing. Investigate all you want, Bendea. What they had was a bunch of lies. Bunch of people trying to milk me out of money. My family inheritance. My family crest. Boy, are they idiots. I don't know. Maybe I'll go hang out with Hugh Caldwell out in Scotland. Why? Maybe I'll go hang out with him, put on a suit of armor, and try and ride old Loch Ness out there, Nessie. Why not? Nay. Nay. I might be able to find Excalibur, the sword. I don't know. Anyone found that yet? I don't think so. We're looking for it, so we need Excalibur. All right, let's find it before we go into battle. A lot of people don't know I'm part Scottish. I know you guys didn't know that, but there's a lot of things you guys don't know about me. For one, Loon the Moon wasn't really Keith from The Who. Keith Moon. It was me, the Loon. Shit, here comes that Loon again. Joking. Excalibur is in Vegas now. I know the casino. Excalibur. No, the real Excalibur sword, they're saying they might have found or something in the water. Well, sure, he threw. Didn't you see the movie? He threw Excalibur back in the water to the Lady of the Lake. Don't they know anything? I told them, watch the movie. You might find it. Aye. Nick Mars. Oh, yeah, 71 next month. Oh, happy birthday. I hear he's not doing too good. He's got some spinal disease and fused his whole back and everything. And good God, I hope they're not injecting him with anybody or with anything. Good God, I hope they're not injecting us with whatever he's got. Good God, all of America could be guinea pigs to these people. Good God. Yeah, you guys got to watch X22 channel reports on what they're doing. No, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if you can believe it, but that's the problem with YouTube is anybody can get up there and they want on there. And it's okay. You know, the end of the world is tomorrow. And, you know, they let them do it. And most of the time, it causes wars. Social media is horrible now. When I was growing up, it was about covering the news, the real news, what was going on. Now it's all, they've been bought and paid for. They just do whatever, they report whatever they're told. It's so corrupt. I don't know. It's always been corrupt. Nay. So a lot of people are saying we shouldn't be sending anything to Ukraine, to Russia, or anything like that I was watching on YouTube because it's all a scam. Both sides are protected by the UK, which is Germany. You know, from what they're saying, the Nazis or whatever, Nazis are gone. It's just a small group of people that still believe in that kind of stuff. Their own government don't like them, you know. So, but maybe the government is back to where they used to be or whatever. Maybe there's a new Hitler or something. I don't know. I don't think so, but who knows? Why are we dumping all this money in there? I don't know. I wouldn't be sending them money at least, and I would watch what kind of technology they're sending to them. I wouldn't be sending a lot of technology to them either. You know, how far does this go? What are we supplying the people that are going to kill us with weapons? Or we don't know. They could try and overtake America. Next thing you know, we'll have a dictator working for us, which I've done some research on. They're starting to say these people are, this ain't a third, it's not a third world country, but it is starting to look like that these people are dictators. The people that we go out and hunt down are now, they're saying, our own presidents have been dictators just behind curtains. Oh, this is unreal. Well, they should have used what Reagan did. You know, boy, wasn't life good when Reagan, how did he do it? How did Mr. Reagan do it? How did he bring peace all over the place? And strategy with military. Ronald Reagan, everyone thought he was crazy or whatever, but yet we had peace. Our gas prices were dirt cheap. And when we did something, they did it without using boots, American soldiers on the ground. They supplied them with either weaponry or food. They never paid them, you know. They never sent cash, cold cash. When Reagan was in, yes, he did send weaponry for the Contras and all that stuff to overthrow their government. And then you're like, here we are out searching for people because they're trying to run their country, but it ain't going along with what America wants. So they supply people to try and overthrow their country. And yet they're sitting here and the same thing is happening in our country. And they say they don't do that kind of stuff, but It's all been laid out on the table. Like I said, the Lord's been flipping tables, the money changers, the everything. This whole thing with the FBI and Secret Service and unreal, phenomenal, mind blowing. They should be paying us money for psychiatric delusions that they've created in our country. Mind crimes or war crimes. You know, was there really a COVID virus, or was it all created to cover up what really was going on? Or did they release it purposely, hoping to kill everybody? That, this is serious stuff. This ain't no. If I was calling the shot, I'd tell the Pentagon, FBI, CIA, don't take no more orders from them people. And we're going to get a hold of the other generals and send our ambassadors over there and tell them, hey, we're making big changes here. We don't trust no one. All we can trust is our military, FBI, CIA, whatever, Homeland Security. We can't trust nobody. They're cutting deals behind America's backs. These people are loaded. Joe Biden's got his own bomb shelter in his home, probably. Nuclear fallout and everything. You don't make that kind of money being a congressman, a senator, even a vice president. Maybe a president, but I don't know. That's big money. All kinds of houses and stuff and everything. This is horrible. I feel horrible for Joe. Where did he go wrong? Where did he take that turn? He used to be a military guy, Air Force, I believe. Where did it go wrong? Where did it go sour? I'll tell you where. Money, power, corruption. That's where they weren't happy with what they were making. Congressmen and senators, they make great money. The benefits are unbelievable. Half of them are drinking on the job. What do you do? Right now, Tom Cruise just popped up. John, do you know about Ritalin? Yes, sir. Do you know what it is? Yes, sir. Yes. Mr. Cruise, yes. Dave is the one that said Gary Kramer was dead on his channel. Bendejo, not me. That's where I heard it from. I asked Dave, are you kidding me? And Gary passed away. I got one of his last prototypes. Or one of his prototypes he was working on. I don't know if he's alive. I don't track these people down. If he's alive, thank God. Yeah. Can you lower the prices on them aluminum headstocks? $5,000 they wanted. Of course, it was a beautiful guitar. It had the mahogany with the I don't know, different kind of wood in the middle of it, which was cool, like a mahogany and a walnut or something. But $5,000, it was used. But they don't make them guitars no more. There is a dude making Kramer guitars out of all aluminum right now. I seen it on YouTube. But the only thing is it was neck heavy. That it was all aluminum, the whole guitar. It was a Kramer guitar, but it was neck heavy. It was built by someone else. No, Bendejo, you shouldn't be going around saying that people are dead and taking out their keisters. I don't know. Probably not. I didn't know Gary was passed away. I thought he was still alive, but he might be passed away. He was pretty old. I don't know. I didn't do no research on it. I took Dave's word for it. Thought Dave said he passed away. I don't know. We'll see when he shows up on Dave's channel if he's alive or not. But knowing Dave will have a puppet on there. My special guest today, Gary Kramer. Gary, you look great. Gee, thanks, Dave. Yeah, I don't know. I don't track these people down. I don't stalk them. It's obvious they stalk me. It's obvious. Yeah. I don't know. No, Bendejo, don't go around and do anything. Bendejo said, so don't go around saying people died and taking it out of their keister. I don't know. I didn't tell Dave that his friend. Dave's the one that said he passed away. Not me, Bendejo. I asked Dave, is he still alive? You should have him on your thing. And at the first time, Dave said he passed away. But then I seen Dave said that I might have him on my show. I'll have to get a hold of him. I didn't say he died. Dave's the one that said he knew him. I'm like, well, I haven't. Gary, I was just a kid. I was a young kid when Gary Kramer came around, when that headstock came out. He was a young lad, 15 maybe, or no, probably about 12 or so. Pretty young. Now Bendejo said, that kind of stuff isn't funny to most people. No, it ain't. It ain't funny to me when you keep accusing me of stuff I didn't do, Bendejo. That pisses me off and a lot of people. So I didn't say that. Dave was the one that said that. I asked him, where's Gary? He said he's dead. He passed away. Not me. I didn't say that. I said you should have him on your channel if you know him. It's been years since anybody has seen him. That'd be good. They said he passed away, not me. And I'm not John John. You're thinking of little John Gotti. No, I'm not him. No. Unless my whole life has been a lie. You know, unless my whole life has been a lie, which I wouldn't doubt it. Now, Bendejo, quit trying to put words in my mouth. Remind me of a woman I used to date. You know what you should do, Bendejo? Go back and watch all Dave's videos of when we were talking about Kramer guitars and Dave showed his prototype that he got from Gary. Yeah. But see, on the, when, hey, I was just going by what Dave told me on his channel, Bendejo. If you want to get mad at Dave. But then again, you know, I was hoping to see him on his channel. Ask him how he came up with that aluminum neck, and why is the problem where they're top heavy? Could they have put a balancing weight in the guitar to make it more balanced? You know, could they have gone with a wood centerpiece and then wrap the neck in aluminum? But from what I was told, it was a solid piece of aluminum. So I don't know. But Bendejo, go back, watch Dave's videos, and you will see the prototype guitar that Dave was talking about, that Gary Kramer made. And you won't find out unless you do the research on it. Ask him how he resurrected. Yeah, I'd like to know how he. Gee, there's only a couple people that passed away and came to life. I don't know. But you can't believe everything on YouTube. That's the thing. I was shocked when I heard he passed away I was like, are you kidding me? I thought he just put out a new line of guitars or something. I know he's old. He's a lot older than me. You know, you should go and check it out, Bendejo, and then you'll see that I asked Dave, you should have Gary on your channel, and Dave said he passed away. And Dave had one of his prototypes, and I was like, oh, that's sweet. But I could have misheard him. I'm not sure. And it's no big deal to me. If he's alive, cool. You know, cool. I'm hoping to see some more guitars that he made. Aluminum, yeah, it sounds great, but couldn't they counterbalance it with weights in the body to make it more balanced, where the neck didn't dive down to the ground? When you let go of the guitar, the neck it was neck heavy and it would fall to the ground. Sustain was unreal. A lot of people, I talked to a lot of people that had played one of them guitars, and them themselves have said the sustain was a lot better. Now, I don't know. You know how Dave is a big thing where you can't tell crap. You know, it don't matter what wood or whatever. And he's true. Once you put it in wood, you're hearing the pickups. But with all aluminum guitar, solid neck piece of wood or aluminum, the sustain is better. You know, like I said, Les Paul said if he could have took a railroad track and strung it up and put pickups on it, he would have did that because the sustain was phenomenal. You know? And he was true. I seen the test that he did on that video that he had out. And he said he couldn't do that because the guitar would be way too heavy. So he moved to wood. He got a 4x4 chunk of wood that was 4 inches by 4 inches, strung it up, and put 2 pickups on it. And then he went with that. It sounded good, but not as good as the metal track rail from a train track. Yeah, but Les Paul did a lot of stuff. A lot of people don't realize, you know. I always thought he was just a music dude. He played guitar, but he had a big hand in a lot of the technical stuff with guitars, electronics and stuff like that. I am really shocked about this Masterbuilt. Plugged in, it did sound pretty nice. And it's got a beautiful tone. And the older the guitar gets, the more deeper it. All right, what Bendeo type? Here we go. The naming of the guitar after him, you don't. I have no idea. What do you mean? What are you saying? Naming of the guitar after him. What, Epiphone? The guitar is right here. What guitar are you talking about? What guitar? Hey, I live on that. I live on pawning guitars. If I need an extra couple bucks or something to make it through the month, I'll take a guitar to the pawn shop, pawn it, and you got a month to pay it back. Some people are cool about it, some pawn shops. And as long as you make a payment on it, you can, some people give you 2 months, 3 months to pay the loan off, how much ever you get. So if I need a couple extra bucks, I'll take a guitar down and pawn it, and then when I get the money, I'll go back and pick it up. I bought a lot of guitars from pawn shops. Pawn shops are pretty good places to find a good deal. So no answer on what? I just told you I pawn my guitars. What do you mean hock guitar? Is that the guitar you hocked? Hocked means steal? No, I bought it. I bought this. Guitar Center, brand new. Actually, they sent me one from California and it got here in pieces. I had to tip the box over to get the bridge and the saddle out of it. I don't know what they did to it. And then they said, screw it. I said, I'll just send it back to you. And they were like, no, just go to Guitar Center in Fort Wayne and we'll have a new one there that you can get, I was like, all right. And I did. I took it back. I showed them. I opened up the box. I said I was in the middle of doing a unboxing. I was going to do a video on an unboxing of this guitar. And I was in the middle of the video live. And I opened up the box and this is what I got. And I pulled it out. And the dudes at Guitar Center were like, where'd you get that from? I'm like, California Guitar Center. They were like, how did they pack it? They opened it up. And they're like, yeah, they didn't pack this too good. And I was like, no, they didn't. Not at all. And then they gave me another one. And I was like, all right, I'll see you guys later. Have I hocked this one? What do you mean? You mean pawned it? Took it to a pawn shop and got money on it? Yes. I've taken this guitar to the pawn shop and pawned it before. I've also taken my Kramer custom Les Paul to the pawn shop and pawned that before. But that's just a loan. You get a loan on it. I was talking to Guitar Center out here in Fort Wayne. I'm like, why don't you guys give loans? They're like, what? I'm like, loans. You guys are buying used equipment. Why don't you give loans on it? You might be able to make some money on interest. They're like, And then the manager, I was talking to him, he's like, we're not in the business of loaning money. We're kind of in debt. I was like, I know, but that would bring in some, instead of people selling it to you and you having it, maybe they want to keep it, but they'll pawn it. You can make, then we need a place to store all these guitars. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It was just a thought. It's like talking to my mother. What? No, you asked me, so no answer. What? You want to know? Is that the guitar you hocked? I don't steal stuff. Is that what hocked means? I thought back in when I was growing up, hocked means traded or stole. I think that's what it meant, but I'm not sure. No, I didn't steal nothing. I didn't steal this guitar. I got a receipt for it. I keep all my receipts. See, it says Epiphone in there. Who's Judy? I have no idea who Judy is. Probably that witch they're looking for. Probably that evil eye witch that everyone's talking about on YouTube. I have no idea who Judy is. I don't know. They are looking for people on the internet. I don't know what he's talking about. Judy who? I'm going to start calling you Judy. I don't know who he's talking about. They are looking for somebody on YouTube's a troll or something. Judy something they're looking for. Some troll or something. I don't know. It could be. Who are you talking about, Bendejo? Are you Sean Harmon? Are you one of my mods? I don't know. Good God, these people trying to drive me nuts. It ain't going to work, folks. I was crazy when I was born. You can't drive crazy. I was in a chat last night, and these trolls were attacking it. What's up? Did they regroup and now they're attacking people again? They're looking for all these people that are trolls, or people have been sending trolls from their chat. This is unreal. It's no wonder this country is gone in the toilet. It's unreal. Bendejo, who is Judy? Oh, Judy must be his mother. Well. No, I'm not your mother, Bendejo. Your mother's a nice woman. She's got to be if she's putting up with you. We should send your mother a Purple Heart. We really should. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Bendejo, if you want to find out about Gary Kramer, go ahead and go back and watch Dave's guitar channel, which is probably still up there on his channel, and you'll see what everyone was talking about. I asked if Gary was still alive. I haven't seen Gary on anything. No guitar channels, no nothing. Yeah, which I thought he was still alive, but I thought Dave said he passed away. I don't know. Maybe Dave didn't know he was still alive. I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. I don't know about these people. These people act like I stalk these people. I'm like, no, I've been stalked my whole life. I don't go knocking on people's doors. I didn't do it when we lived out there by well, great band, Styx from Aurora and stuff. Uh, Dennis DeYoung and John, whatever his name was, or we didn't do that kind of stuff. I don't track these people down. I hope Gary's still alive. I hope he puts out a new guitar. He's putting out Kramer guitars, and using the name. I can make a Kramer guitar if I want and put my name on it. People are like, you can't do that. I don't know who these people are that keep telling me I can't do things. They told me I couldn't work on guitars, and what did I do? I worked on a guitar right on YouTube and filed the frets down and took the buzz out of it and explained that if you got a buzz, it's the fret behind it or in front of it. You want to file that one fret where that fret is buzzing, the fret in front of it, you want to file down. Just a little bit. Don't go crazy on it. A little bit at a time, and eventually. But you got to make sure the neck is straight. And then you got to make sure you got your relief put in the neck. And then if it's buzzing, then you know that either your string height is too low or you got a fret that is high. And you got to take your rocker straight edge and put it on there. And if you got any frets, if that straight edge rocks at all, then you know that's your high fret. And then you file that fret down a little bit, just a little bit at a time. Don't go crazy on it. And that should help your problem. But people think I'm just an idiot. I don't know. I'm just joking around, Bendejo. And you talk like you know the guy personally. Who, Gary? I don't know. I'll have to do my family history. If I do, I probably didn't see him since I was a young, blonde-haired, tan little kid. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I did meet Gary. Who knows? I met a lot of people when I was a young kid. People loved me. I had blonde hair. I was tan all the time. And I was a good kid. A funny kid. I didn't have too many brains, but I don't know. Who knows? I don't think so. I got to do my family tree and see if Gary was in there. I know George Jones and everything like that, family tree and everything, being related to the Joneses and everything. And no, not Jim Jones, the country singer. But not related to him, My great grandfather, I think, was George Jones. So, and that's the problem. But they were all military, and they were pretty good at playing the piano and instruments. They were real good at it. My great grandfather, my grandfather's father was one heck of a piano player. And he played in Chicago, Illinois, and a lot of other places. And I got photos of them, I think at somewhere in Chicago on stage with all kinds of people. And my grandfather used to tell me, boy, he loved the keys. He could bang out the keys, play guitar and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, cool. No, I'm not getting back. Why would I? Why? What's the deal? Am I dying? Oh my God. If I'm dying, I'm getting back on the cannabis. Excuse me. I'm just a dude. That these people drove me nuts. This world society soaked me of everything I had. And I wouldn't blame it, probably because it was my inheritance. And they're like, he's not, he, where's my stuff? He's alive still? Yeah, I'm alive. I know a lot of you wish I wasn't, but I am. What word was I supposed to stop saying, Bendejo? You said the word you were supposed to stop saying. I don't know what word that was, Bendejo. I have no idea. Oh, are you talking about my own name or family name or who I'm related to? John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin? I don't know. Possibly. I do have English in my blood. Who knows? They just tell me whatever. Oh, military? Oh, I can talk about the military anytime I want, Bendejo. My friends and everybody's in the military, family and everybody. Well, I spent enough time down there in Fort Wayne VA hospital to go ahead and mention the military. La 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 la. Bendejo, don't mention that word on this channel. Don't do it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't know jack squat about the military. I guess not. I guess all my friends and family are liars. I guess all the firefight talk and everything that they told me was lies. There was no Afghanistan war. There was no Vietnam. There was no World War I and II. I don't know. Who knows? They might all been liars, Bendejo. You know what, Bendejo? You're right. I might have been kidnapped from what some people are saying. And I might be somebody real big's kid. And they kidnapped me. And I always had blonde hair and real tan. Maybe I'm from the South or the California. I don't know. There's a lot of people saying your family tree is unbelievable and your family crest and everything. I know, but good God, it might all been a lie. I might be related to. I might be Elvis's long lost son. Treat me like a boo. Who knows? I don't know. I'm alive though they wish I was dead. I'm still waiting from them for all that Indian land and my Palomino horses and my beautiful Native American wife and my 5-6 room teepee and everything. I'm still waiting for that stuff. Plus, people been calling me the N-word. I'm African American, I guess. So I'm waiting for my slave money. Oh, yeah. And then people called me racist. And I'm waiting for my Germany money. That I'm part German Jew. I'm waiting for my Jewish money from when they slaughtered my family, supposedly. They owe me a lot of money. I didn't even sue for smoking cigarettes. People are like, don't you know you can get money from the cigarette companies? No, they don't tell me. They don't fill me in on this stuff. They hope I'm dead. That's usually how it works when you become so powerful. They'd rather kill you. They'll make more money off of insurance. Thank God I'm not under contract with anybody. I probably would have been dead by now. Using a leaf blower on the lawns around the VA hospital doesn't count. I don't cut the grass at the military. I don't cut the grass at the VA office, you nut job. I cut grass for people that live around here. God dang, why would I travel an hour and a half or an hour to the VA hospital to cut grass? Good God, Bendejo. You guys are pissed because you did your history and found out I am military family. And all my friends are in the military. And they're like, holy shit, he's lying to us, right? Nope. Told you I was the real dude. Everyone's going, holy crap. Are you kidding me? Nope. Nope. Family was military. Probably fought with most of these Congress and generals and stuff in the military back in the day. Like I said, I had a family member that was Air Force, had a family member that was Army, had a couple family members that were Navy, and I had a family member that was a Marine. I believe he was a Marine, or maybe he was, I think he was, I don't know what he was. He was in the military. I know that much. Then again, you're right, Bendejo. I might not be related to any of these people. And it might be true. I was kidnapped at a very young age. Taken away, and who knows? I'm probably related to the son of Sanguli. I'm not sure yet. We're checking it all out. We're checking it all out. I might be related to Donald Trump. What are you going to do then, Bendejo? What are you going to do then when Mr. Trump says, oh, little Johnny Kramer? Yeah, he's related to me. I am? Yeah, sure you are. Check it out. Here's your family history. You're Johnny Trump or Johnny Trump. All right. Sounds good. I'm going with it. Where's my Trump money? How much? What do I owe? What do I got? You see this shoe box? Yeah, this is your new home. Gee, thanks. No, they didn't talk about the war until I was older. Then I talked about it. They didn't talk about it when I was a kid. Well, I can remember seeing my uncles, and they would disappear for like 2-3 years when I was a real young kid. And I'd be like, where's Uncle such and such? And, and they wouldn't talk about it until they got home. And then then I seen the military uniforms and stuff like that, and Air Force uniforms and stuff. And, and then we would wrestle. That was a big thing when I was growing up, is wrestling and stuff like that, and fighting and stuff. I remember my one uncle used to take us to Bruce Lee. He was in the military. He looked like Elvis Presley with sideburns. Them big giant sideburns on their, He used to take us to go see Bruce Lee movies at the drive-in. And he had one of these custom vans. It was like a custom van, had the lights in it and everything. And he'd pile us into the van. And we'd go to see these Bruce Lee movies that were playing at the drive-in. That was cool. The good old days. Them days are long gone now. Oh God. But no, my family didn't talk about the military and until I was older. And then they talked about it, how it was horrible and the things that they seen. And you know, Saving Private Ryan, that movie where they had the big parties on the beaches and everything, and they bring in bear and cows and stuff. And I was like, you know, I'd ask my grandpa, was that real or is that part made up? And he'd be like, oh no, that was real. When we had R&R, there'd be big parties. They'd fly in food, bear, you know. He said, no, that all that stuff was real. I even asked about the beaches of Normandy. Was it that gruesome? Excuse me. You know the part where they're coming off of the amphibious vehicles and everything to come up, to storm up onto the beach? He said, oh no, that's all that stuff was real. You know, that's the stuff we went through in war. And I was like, oh crap. You know, and he was in the Air Force and he became an MP after a while. And he was a assault truck, or he was some kind of a truck driver or something. I really didn't get too far into it with him, but some interesting stories. And like I said, when you go to the VA hospital and you talk to some of these guys, and you know, some of them don't like to talk about it, but other guys talk about it. And I would joke with these dudes because after the VA hospital, if like they would give the soldiers, well, the veterans, gym shoes, okay, special gym shoes that they needed, orthopedic gym shoes or whatever, for free, right? And you would have to take them to, there was a shoe store not far from the VA vet's office. So I had to take my grandfather there one time, and there was a guy that was in there that I seen in the VA's office, and he got there before us. And I went walking in there, and he was sitting there putting on his shoes. And I looked down. I said, "Didn't I just see you at the hospital?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Man, how'd you get here so fast? Are you like Black Ops or something, Special Forces?" And he started laughing. I'm like, we left before you. How did you get here before us? I said, "You're everywhere. You're nowhere and everywhere at the same time." So, you know, you don't know these things until you've been around it. War is hell, and it's hell on families that didn't even serve or put a uniform on. It's still hell being part of a military family. You know, it is. It really is. You see these people deteriorating in front of your face, and you know, you're like, what do we do? What can we do? And all you can do is take care of them. You cut their yard. You go over there and check on them to make sure they're okay. You do the best you can. It's pressuring, you know. It's very pressuring. Not only on it's pressuring on everyone in the family, not just the mother, the father. It's on everybody, the kids, the grandkids. You know, like I said, there was a lot of times my uncle would disappear for, you know, my uncles just would disappear. I didn't know. Where'd they go? How come I don't see them no more? Well, they were overseas. And then when they were done with their tours, they would come home with giant duffel bags and then camouflage and be like, "Who's this guy?" "That's your uncle." "That ain't my uncle. That guy's a killing machine." "No, that's your uncle's. They're back from the war. They were in the military." "Oh, all right." I didn't. I was a young kid. I was born in '68. Well, I was born when Vietnam and all that crap was just getting over, I believe, or just I don't know what it was. It was unreal. And that's how I learned about music. At a young age, I was already listening to uh, rock and roll, you know, stuff they were listening to, Clarence Clearwater Revival and Doobie Brothers, all these bands and everything at a very young age. So yeah, it was pretty cool. No, of course I don't know because I never put a uniform on. Like I said, we just had to take care of these people when they came home. No, I don't know nothing about the military Bendejo. Not a dang thing. Nothing about it at all. Not a dang thing. I do know that there's a bunch of sexual disease in there and a bunch of missing weapons and other things missing out of our military, but I don't know anything. I know nothing at all about the military. You're right about that. Not a dang thing. What do you know about the military, Bendejo? You're probably serving in the military right now. You know, you probably are. You probably were sent to kill me, but that's okay. I got plenty of people around here to protect me. That's why I'm not in prison. Does anybody does anybody understand that if I was what these people said I was, God himself probably would have came down and killed me. I think they all were bamboozled. I know this about the military, Bendejo. You never back out on your buddies. You never leave a fallen soldier laying in the field. You never, ever turn your back on the enemy. And we don't leave soldiers behind. I know that much about the military. The rest of it, you can make up as you go along. Now I was mainly hanging out with women. That's why I'm so fond of women. Some drive me absolutely crazy. And I'm almost done here. It's 2:00, and it'll be interesting to see if Gary still looks the same way he used to look in his photos. I'm glad he's alive. Maybe we can get some guitars built. You know? What the people want, I don't know. I want to see flame maples and quilted tops and, you know, a lot of ebony and mother of pearl and gold tuners and neck throughs. No, I don't do cigars. Excuse me, I don't do cigars. I had an uncle who also was in the military. A great uncle, old guy, that used to smoke cigars constantly. Oh man, he loved them cigars, and he would chew on that thing until it was just a soggy piece. I'd be like, Uncle Ray, what is that? This is a cigar, boy. Just chewing on it. Like, you know what was cool is my family, when they got out of the military, they went into the trade business, and a lot of them got sick because they became pipe fitters, and they removed asbestos and stuff from in these tunnels in Illinois and stuff, that they would go in and they would have to do. They did all kinds of stuff, drywall, truck driving, stuff like that. They got out, went to work. Dang, the military is the biggest gang ever. They all knew each other. They all had friends they all hung around with people that were military people. That's what military people do. They seem to hang out with people that were in the military with them, or family members and families that were in the military. I don't know. That's just my experience from it. They usually hang out with people that were done time in the military, or military raised families or whatever. They stick together, So, but I don't know anything about the military, pendejo. I'm just an I'm just a little guy. Nobody flocks around me, pendejo. I wouldn't know how to act around somebody. I've been in my own little world for way too long. Locked away. That's the truth. I've seen my grandmother pass away. My grandfather died at home. And I've seen him pass away. And it's very stressful on somebody's mind. They have to see that. My grandmother passed away. I loved my grandmother. My grandmother, Betty Kramer. Boy, she was a firecracker. I seen her pass away in the hospital. That was heartbreaking. And then my grandfather Jones, and he passed away at home. And there was people there. We were there when he passed away. That was heartbreaking. And it's very stressful on people to see these things. It's very stressful, you know. So it did psychologically play mind games with me. You know, this is the greatest country in the world. How can we not have cures for things? How did these people get exposed to Agent Orange? How did they get exposed to a lot of this stuff? Once they got back home, they didn't even know there was anything wrong with them until they got back home. Then they realized that there was a problem. And it really was just unreal. It really was. And a lot of people, you know, thank God a lot of people don't have to see that. You know, thank God that a lot of people don't have to see that at a young age like I did. I was maybe 14, 15 years old when my grandmother passed away. I had to go see her in the hospital for the last time. That was heartbreaking. I loved my grandmother very much. And my grandfather passed away. I don't know, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 5 years. I don't know. I don't remember. But he did pass away at home. And it was heartbreaking. And they did, you know what I did appreciate that the government did do when my grandfather did pass away? They gave him a 21 gun salute at the funeral, which that was, I was glad they did that. You know, it was heartbreaking, but they did come out and give him fire their weapons off or whatever, you know. So, and they had music and everything. So, very depressing. My, excuse me, my one uncle that was in passed away while COVID was going on, and I didn't get to go to his funeral because they were saying it was too dangerous to go to. My uncle Fred, he passed away during COVID, and I couldn't go see him. And that was heartbreaking. My Uncle Fred was always pretty good to me. And he was the first one to let me, other than his son, shoot his 30-06 that he had when I was younger. And he used to take us fishing all the time. And I actually got to make bear with him in his garage. And then he moved out of Illinois to another place, and I didn't get to see him, but at least I had good times when I was with my Uncle Fred. And yeah, he could make up a good batch of beer, homebrew beer. Yeah, I was pretty upset about they wouldn't let me go to see him. They said it was too COVID was going on. He passed away. And that was horrible. It was horrible. Only certain people were allowed to go see him. Um, where he lived, you know. Like I said, you know, they keep coming up with excuses and everything, but it was very rough where we couldn't even see our own family members that served for this country for the last time when all this COVID crap hit. So, uh, you know, but you have the good memories, the fishing, the shooting guns, the um making bear with my uncle and stuff in his garage. Uh, that was cool. That was cool. I don't know. I didn't get to see my uncle Hap, and my aunt Dorothy when they passed away. And I used to visit them when I was a young kid uh, in Indianapolis, right across the street from the racetrack in that subdivision right there. And I never got to see them, and they were nice. I never knew them until I was probably about, I don't know, 14, 15. Uh, I didn't remember them because I only seen them when I was younger, and then didn't go back to see them until, I don't know, I was a lot older and didn't get to see them. And my Uncle Hap was pretty funny from what I remember. And my Aunt Dorothy was sweet, you know. I think it was my grandmother's sister. When my grandmother died, Bendejo says when his grandmother died, at the funeral, one of my cousins introduced me to his girlfriend as the cousin they thought wasn't going to show up. I don't know. Oh, so you were the cousin that they thought wouldn't show up to the funeral. Oh, well, it's with these days today, it's hard to, when someone passes away and they live all the way on the other side of the country, it's the times today uh, and the cost of everything. It's hard to just pick up and go halfway across the country. Uh, they got to make plans. We got to hold it. Can they be here? They want to get it over and done with, but they might not be able to have a family member make it. So they postpone the funeral. And, it's hard to do that stuff. That's why I like the olden days. The family stayed in the same state. Uh, you know, But it ain't like that. Family members take off all over the place these days, and then you have an accident or a God forbid something happen, and it's hard to get out there to see them in time, and all you could do is send your love and prayers, and that's about it. Well, I'm sorry they made you feel like that, Bendejo. Bendejo says he remembers he used to drive. I remember I used to drive my grandmother around, and I dropped her off at her apartment in the North Hollywood, and I went in and she wanted to show me off to all her neighbors, and I made an excuse that I had to leave when I didn't. I think about that sometime. Well, that's tough. You know, my grandparents were the same way. They always wanted to show you off to their friends. You know. Well, that's probably tough, you know. You wish you would have said something. You wish you would have been. It's like a Garth Brooks song, you know. You wish you would have said more. You wish you would have did more, but you didn't. They know that. I'm sure your grandmother knows that, Bendejo, in heaven. You know, you're younger, you know, and I imagine when they were younger, their grandparents did the same thing, and they made up excuses not to be there or whatever, you know. I don't like funerals anymore. I've seen enough death. You know. Well, I feel for you, Bendejo. That must be troubling, but like I said, I'm sure your grandmother in heaven realizes that, you know, you're just living your life. We all do go through that. We wish we would have said something more. We wish we would have not been this, been that, but it is what it is. I wish we can all go back and change things, but all you can do is make best of what you were dealt with. And like I said, I imagine our loved ones in heaven know uh, that we did the best we could. You know, it used to be about family and stuff. But these days, we've lost that mentality or morals in America. Now families are scattered all over the country, and they're not as tight as they used to be. You know, when she died, you were at odds with your parents. Well, now that happens, Bendeo. Don't take it hard or anything on yourself. It happens to a lot of us. You know, you're in a family feud or something, someone passes, and you don't want to go because you don't want to see people or whatever. That happens. You know, all you could do is not take it to heart. It is uh, heartbreaking, but you can't let it get you depressed, and you have to go on. And remember, one day we'll see all these people in heaven, and everything will be good. I'm sure your grandma knows that you did the best you could. No, man, that's sad. Yeah, that's how it always happens. You get that phone call. You know, some of us, we don't get a phone call. We get word from the grapevine. You know, well, they've been dead for 10 years. Well, when did this happen? You know, and then they always use that. Well, we didn't think you were in the right frame of mind to handle it. And, yeah, I know, but I wish you could have told me. You know, that does happen. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It's sad, but let's get out of this depression. And it's getting late. It's almost 2:45, and I need to break this cycle of staying up so late. I don't like it. If I had millions and I was a rock star, then maybe. But it's like I'm living these rock stars' life, getting all their sickness and all their headaches and everything. Like, you know, I'm like, I'm not a rock star. Why am I living this life? Uh, no, this is someone else's life. I don't want it. Send it back to whatever rock and roll band or whatever. Nah, I don't feel terrible, Bendeo. You did the best you could. Families have problems. You know, I know how you feel. I've been there. Don't don't take it to you know your heart or anything. Well, you did what you can do. Believe me, I've been there too. Not being able to go to a family member's thing or whatever. You ain't got time. It's like that song by Harry Chapman or whatever. Uh, Little Boy Blue, The Man on the Moon or whatever it is. When you coming home, Dad? I don't know when. Or when you coming home, son? I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know, it happens, Bendejo. Don't take it to heart. And I'm getting off of this thing. I'm starting to get tired. And be safe. Are you in the right frame of mind, Bendejo? I don't want to leave anybody that ain't in the right frame of mind alone. But I just want to check, make sure he's okay. Even though he's probably don't care, but as long as you're in the right frame of mind, don't do anything bad to yourself. And we all go through it. That's part of life. It's all part of life. Some good, some bad. But we keep going on. That's what we do. I was a little soldier, my grandparents used to say, and uncles or whatever, Although I was never in the military, but that's what they would say or whatever. And we are citizens now, have become soldiers. We just got to keep going on. I don't know, but I got to get off this thing. I'm getting tired. All right. Your Bendejo says he's good. Thanks. All right. He's in the right frame of mind. I don't want to leave anybody that in the right frame of mind alone. Now, if it was me, but I'm not like that. Like I said, we don't leave friends behind. We don't leave struggling people behind. Well, at least we used to. That's the way it was. The world has changed. We get on. Another day, another green smoothie. I forgot to have a smoothie today, Bendejo. I'm going to have one tomorrow. But I'm going to get off this thing. As long as you're in the right frame of mind. These things are horrible that happen to us, but we got to keep going. The world needs us. Well, at least the world needs our money. I don't know. But I'm going to get off of here. I want to thank everyone for stopping in, which is only a couple people, I think. Bendejo and Dave. I think the only ones that stopped in. Yep, Bendejo and Dave. So thanks for stopping in, and Bendejo, stay in the right frame of mind. There ain't nothing the Lord can't fix. No, I don't know. I'm just trying to give good hope. I don't want them to turn out like I did. I don't know. But be safe. It ain't your fault, Bendejo. You did the best you could. We all did the best we could with the cards that we were dealt with in this country. And I don't know. We'll keep going on. That's all we can do. That's it. We just got to keep going on. So I'll see you guys later. I'm done. I'm going to lay down and try and get some sleep. And it was great talking with you folks. Be safe. Talk to you later. I think I had too much caffeine today.